Update. It is currently. Actually, I have no. What time is it?
11:22.
It is currently 11:22 p.m. here in Tokyo, Japan. Now we are officially back. We made it back from the airport. We made it back from the trains. We made it back from everywhere, basically. We flew back in. I ended up getting my Krispy Kreme donut at my Starbucks. We flew back in. We ended up going into the train, and that was like an hour and a half. And then after all that, we finally made it to the Airbnb. We've been here for like about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and right now we're on our way out to go eat again. Well, not again, but now we're gonna go out to eat. We're thinking of going to Kura Sushi, so I think that's where we're going to end up doing. I finally put some clothes to wash, and while we're out and about eating, we are going to do that. Tattoo is kind of leaking, as expected. But other than that, I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow until I take a shower again for the following day, and then I ended up wiping it down, and everything is fine then because I don't want to change the band-aid or whatever you want to call it, the wrap. Tomorrow I am thinking of doing Kappabashi Street, which is like the little district of kitchenware. So all things kitchen, plates, cups, knives, etc. I am planning on buying 2 knives for my kitchen. One of them is going to be a nikiri knife, which is a vegetable knife, and then I am doing a santoku knife, which is an all-purpose knife. I am not an Iron Chef or I am a Michelin chef, so I think a santoku is good enough for everything. I do prioritize kind of vegetables, so that's why the nikiri knife. I am thinking of getting a paring knife, but I'm not really sure. I don't really think that's really necessary, but we'll see. I do want to get some plates. I do want to get some cups. The only thing that bothers me is that obviously Japan is a very capital of tea, and so all the cups are kind of like tea oriented, and so I have to find a specific store that has like glassware that is meant for like soda and like juice and etc. So I think I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get plates both for actual dinner and lunch, and also plates for rice, like rice bowls, and plates for small little things. I also want to get chopsticks, just to have, but then also the forks and the spoons, but I'm not really sure about that one. I don't know if they're gonna sell that. I do know that they probably have like wooden spoons and stuff like that, like the wooden family. I just don't know how or what I would use those for. Probably like rice and other stuff, but I'm not really sure. So I guess tomorrow is going to be a lot of talking to a lot of people, and hopefully they are English friendly because my Japanese is not that fluent. So it's kind of like, So, well, we'll see how this goes. So it turns out that Kura Sushi is closing in like about 20 minutes, so we're not going there. So mildly depressed, but it's okay. It's okay. So then we are going to go to... Actually, I don't even know the name of the place. I just call it sister location, but it's not even a sister location. It's like a Yoshinoya, but it's not. And so we're just walking away in the mighty town of Hatsudai, Shibuya. Not to mention that I have to edit the video for tomorrow, the one that I have to post, and I haven't done it. That's probably what I'm going to do right now when I get back. Hello, so today is Sunday, August 10th. It is currently 4:45 p.m. or if you're back in the States, well, I guess technically it's Sunday, August 10th for them too, but it's 12:46 a.m. for them. And we are in Well, right now we are in Shibuya, Tokyo, Japan, because we are out shopping. I was gonna do the whole what's it called? The Kappabashi street where the kitchenware stuff. But today in the morning when we woke up, it was pouring. It was raining hard, like hardcore rain. And so I decided not to do that because I'm pretty sure the little area where they mingle at and where they sell stuff is going to be closed. And so, well, I made that judgment call. I don't really know if it was going to be closed, but we decided to come to Shibuya to buy some couple things. We went to a I don't necessarily know if you would call it a luxury coffee place, but they do sell some good coffee or some good beans for coffee. And so I ended up buying 2 bags there. One of them is like orange orientation of like flavor, and then the other one is a strawberry orientation of flavor, and I kind of like them. So I bought both of those bags. And then we came to a mandrake or mandrake, which is like, I guess, like another version of Uniqlo. Oh, not Uniqlo, sorry. Of what's it called? Book Off, where they have like a bunch of different stuff for that that they sell at discounted. So we went there. I got out already, but they are still inside. But overall, the day was going to be mainly about me going to Uniqlo and buying all my clothes. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing next. But in general, it's looking like a pretty gloomy day all around. Can't really see it because of the light, but everybody has their umbrellas. Everybody is out here struggling with the rain, so it's kind of like But I decided to leave the Mandrake. I came to this vintage store that was like literally right next to me, and it was like whatever. So I'm just waiting for them to get out. It's not much of a chore on that aspect, but yeah, I think we're just walking around. We went to go actually eat at Kura since last night we weren't able to. So we went to go eat at Kura. That was over with, and that's fine and dandy. And now I'm low-key kind of trying to look for a place to eat for dessert. Not really sure what I'm feeling though. There's a lot of coffee places, so I'm not really sure. So yeah, right now we're just waiting, and then probably going to Uniqlo, and then just being there and waiting. So we'll see. I'll let you know. So I managed to go to a different stores like ABC Mart, which is like a shoe brand store. Then I went to go to GU. I didn't like GU. I don't know why, but I didn't really like it. And so then I deviated to get some Krispy Kreme donuts, and now I'm just here. There's a lot of people despite the fact that it's raining. But then again, I'm assuming they're just used to the rain, so it's kind of like whatever. So now I'm just gonna eat my donuts and my coffee. It's a caramel latte, and then go to Uniqlo. So we'll see. Hello, so update. Hold on, let me take out my phone. It is currently, oh my god, it is currently 8:52 p.m. here in Tokyo, Japan. We are back into the Airbnb. We ended up, I haven't been recording at all because first and foremost, it is raining, and so we all know that technology and rain don't really go together, at least not in this sequence. But I don't really remember what was the last time I recorded. Oh, I think we were outside of the Mandrake or something like that. I ended up going to Uniqlo, walking around the store and seeing what exactly I'm going to be like purchasing. I haven't purchased anything as of yet, but I do know what I'm going to get my hands on. I'm still debating whether or not I'm gonna get my hands on these particular items and let them tailor them to me, which I'm assuming I am, but I'm still figuring that out. Now I gotta figure out the quantities of like everything that I wanted to purchase. After that, we ended up going to the Pop Mart pop-up store that they have in Shibuya at the Magnet Center, and then I ended up buying the little Disney Stitch emoji ones that come with all these guys, especially because I like Stitch. So I bought 2 of those, and then I bought my cousin a Hirono Le Petit Prince because he likes that. And so I think I'm gonna open it right now. So let me see. Ooh, 2 little Stitch ones. No, he fell. Let me see. I can't stand this guy up, brother.
Yeah, that purple one's pretty good.
Ah, it fell. Okay, there you go. Let's put it. Aww. Yeah. So, oh, we ended up also going to this like coffee store. I don't even know what's it called. What's it called, Alex? Torahebi Coffee.
Pretty good.
And it's at the Parco Mall in Japan. So I ended up buying this, and then I ended up buying this. This is their orange blend, so it smells like orange. And then this is their strawberry blend, so it smells like strawberries and it tastes like strawberries. They're beans, so I'm pretty excited. And what else? I think that's it in terms of what I purchased. At some point, me and Alex are gonna go back to the Uniqlo store and buy clothes, but
Not gonna be disappointed.
we didn't do that today because we were gonna be there a hot minute. Tomorrow, I am planning to go to Kappabashi Street this time for realsies, and I am planning to buy my knives and hopefully my stationery. So we'll end up seeing. So yeah. Right now we're just gonna chill out and probably play some Uno and call it a night. So we'll see how this goes. Hello. So overall, yesterday we had done quite a couple things before I headed home, but at the end, like I said, we ended up playing some Uno, and unfortunately I had to cut off like us hanging out, like me and my friends hanging out for a bit because of the fact that I had to do the YouTube video for this upcoming week. So I ended up posting it already, and it took me probably like an hour and a half to fully complete it and do it. And so I posted it, and after I was done, I was able to go back to hanging out. We ended up watching 2 episodes at house, like the medical show, because they never seen it. And we were chilling, relaxing. We ordered some Domino's, and it was a nice little whole endeavor. Hello, so today is Monday, August 11th, and it is currently 1:25 p.m. here in Tokyo, Japan, or if you are in the States, it is currently Sunday, August 10th, and it is 9:25 p.m. over there. We finally got up. The reason we prolonged our get up is because of the fact that in the morning it was raining a lot. It was like pouring, downpouring. And so we decided to stay in a little bit. Once it cleared out, we decided to get up and get our situation under control. And now we are on our way to Kappabashi Street, which is the capital for kitchenware, and it's famous for kitchen knives. So I'm gonna go get my knives for cooking and to do my culinary stuff. But I'm trying to find the location where I need to go, but I'm kind of dumb when it comes to I'm kind of dumb when it comes to navigating or geographically. I'm kind of dumb, so I'm really focusing right now. I'm still debating whether or not what exactly I'm going to be buying, when it comes to the knives. I guess G13. Oh yeah. And so I don't know what exactly we're gonna be buying. Ow. Hold on. Sorry, I had to fold my umbrella. Anyhow, I don't know what exactly I'm gonna be buying when it comes to the kitchenware. I'm still debating. I am contemplating. Obviously, I'm gonna buy the knives. I just don't know which ones in particular. Like I said, I'm not a gourmet chef, or I'm not a super 10 out of 10 culinary chef, but I do like cooking to some extent, and so I am contemplating on getting a nakari knife, which is a vegetable knife, and I am thinking of getting a santoku knife. I just don't know if I'm getting 2 santoku knives or if I'm just getting 1. I also like the idea of having like that metal block on the wall, and then you just put the knives on there, and then it looks all nice and aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, I also know that I'm gonna get plates, I'm gonna get cups, I'm gonna get the whole shebang. So I brought my backpack with me so I can carry all this stuff and not have it on my arms or hands. So we'll see. Right now we're walking to the train station, to the train, and this little hallway is super hot. Jesus Christ. So as you can see, we made it to Kappabashi Street, and I am looking for stuff. I found a store at the beginning of this street where it has some things that I want, but it was literally at the beginning, so I said that I'm gonna walk some more and see how I feel about the other streets. But there is a couple things. I was thinking of, originally my plan was that I was gonna buy not stationery. I was gonna buy plates and whatnot for the house. And now that you think about it, I don't really think I can carry plates in my bag because it's only, what is it, like 50 pounds of weight. That's gonna take up the whole weight, I guess. So we're just gonna hold off on that. So now I'm just looking in general for stuff. So we'll see how this goes. From the store you just saw, I ended up picking up some tins for matcha, so that's fun. I got tins for matcha, the ones that keep it insulated and they keep it like from moisture, so that's wonderful. I bought 2 medium-sized one and a small one, and then I bought the I don't know what they would call it, the little thing where you like swift into it so it can go through. And so now I'm on the other side of the street, and so now I'm gonna go try to find the knives and also find other stuff. But I think originally speaking, I like the first store I went to, so we'll see. So it is currently 3:50 p.m. and it's been a while since I started filming, and a lot has happened since then. So first and foremost, I managed to get my knives. I got 2 of them. I got the nakari knife or nakiri knife, and then I got the santoku knife. Both of them are kind of lightweight, especially because I was getting them for me and for Sandy potentially, so there's that. And then we ended up also going to another shop where I ended up picking up 2 knives for not like cooking knives, but like I guess like cutting pocket knives. Ended up getting 2 pocket knives for Kevin, Sandra's brother, and we ended up calling them, and we were like all over the place and trying to find them those knives, but we eventually got them. And so now, technically speaking, I guess that I am done, sorta. I still need to find some like kitchenware in terms of spoons and chopsticks that I would want to buy, but I think I'm just gonna go to the first store that I originally went to get them, because I just ended up liking that place, and so I guess that's where I'm walking to. Even though I'm like on the other side of the street, but I'm waiting, trying to see what's on this side. Um, Trying to see what's on this side to see if I'm not missing anything. Originally speaking, the one place that I bought the knives already, I ended up already knowing the place and coming here in the Japan trip like 2 years ago, and I ended up buying like 2 or 3 knives from them when I first came, because I bought them for some other person. I bought them for 2 other people when I first came, so I already know, I was familiar with the people, well, probably not the people, but like the store in general, and so I felt comfortable, or at least I felt okay getting them from there, and so that was exciting. So now we'll just walk around, I guess. So I'm done here in Kappabashi Street. I ended up getting what I needed to get and a little bit some more, so I'm pretty happy with my purchases, and I'm gonna end up putting some pictures in the vlog or whatever, but I did get my knives. I got my brother-in-law his knives, pocket knives, and now it was really hard to like record inside of the stores because they don't really allow you to record inside the stores. And on top of that, you're also talking to an individual, and so you don't want to be like on your camera or whatever in front of his face, and you know, I wasn't gonna ask for consent to like record the guy and make him uncomfortable, and so I just didn't bother. Now though, even though it's lightly raining, it's not that bad. It's lightly raining. Apparently the guys, I came with Alex originally speaking. God, this wind. I came with Alex originally speaking, but he ended up leaving because he wanted to go see a temple, and also because he had his own things to do. And so I told him to leave because my thing wasn't going to take like 5 minutes. And so he did. And so now Josue messaged us and told us that if we want to do some barbecue again, and there was a place that we originally had gone to in Akihabara where it was like an all-you-can-eat, and I'm assuming that's the place that we're going to. And assuming that's the place, apparently we're all meeting up there, so that's pretty exciting to some extent. But now I'm making my way over there to the train station. Trying to think. I remember what I was gonna say. Originally, back in the day, I was talking about how there's a student who messaged me asking for a letter of recommendation so she can go onto a different university. And so she was a really good student, a really nice student, and she was very attentive, very on topic in class. She would ask a lot of questions, make everybody try to feel comfortable in general. So I am going to write her a letter of recommendation. They already sent me an email on where exactly I need to send it, so I have until the 20th to do so, and then assuming that I end up doing it, I'll send it in and she'll get the writing to begin with.
The local train bound for Shibuya is arriving at track 1.
Don't know where I'm at.
Please wait.
So yeah, I'm gonna end up writing her a letter and then seeing what's up, and then afterwards wish her well, I guess. So, small little update. Honestly, I don't even remember when I updated the last time, but I do remember we went to Kappabashi Street. I got my stuff. I ended up going to Akihabara. I tried to buy some more stuff because my little brother wants a particular anime figure. My other friend wants a Godzilla figure, and then I have other knickknacks that I want to buy for other people. But honestly, like I'm gonna sound like a person who lives here or whatnot, but the over tourism is like wild to the point that the over tourism is wild to the point that like you can't even move. Already the buildings are like super small, so the fact that you have to like push around people and move around and become small in order to like get through is just annoying. I was already somewhat annoyed, and I was like, I wasn't necessarily overstimulated, but I hadn't eaten all day, and so everything was like becoming annoying. And so I decided to leave, and then we tried to go back to the restaurant where we ate the other day, the one that has the all-you-can-eat Wagyu and all that stuff. Usually that restaurant runs on a reservation basis, but it wasn't really able to do it. It was super booked. It was super booked, and then on top of that, they had nothing else for us, so we kind of gave up on life. And so now we are in Shinjuku's Koreatown, and this is a chicken place, or like a wing place, that me and Josue came 2 years ago when we first came to Japan, and
Hey,
we liked
editor
it.
photos here, bro. You're trying to see like an actual picture.
We
More or
actually
less.
wanted
More or
to
less.
like the place, but
I
it
should have
was
already
so
had
thin.
it. There's like that.
And so it was kind of difficult to kind of find it, but eventually we ended up finding it out of spontaneousness. So we're back, and now we're just
Like your
here in
typical like
order.
little emo girl.
Pretty productive day, pretty nice and easy day. So I think I did somewhat okay. I'm buying the stuff I was looking for to buy, especially the knives. I bought the knives, so I'm pretty happy about that. Other than that, I'm not really sure. And then Alex came with me. I don't know what the hell Alex ended up buying, but
I went on a side quest.
he went on a massive side quest. Oh god, they're bringing the tower.
I saw.
Mueve. I don't drink beer. They drink beer, but they decided to order that. That's funny. But he went on a side quest. I don't even know. Did you even buy anything?
I didn't buy anything, but I took a bunch of pictures and sent them all to the homie Frankie, and I'm like, what do you want? I knew some of the stuff he wanted, but I also.
Thank you.
But also, like Manny said, I got so overstimulated being in that station that I had to just fucking run out. It was so crowded and so hot in there.
You see what I mean? Like it's
It
just
was
the
so bad. I
over tourism that is actually
I was
happening.
freaking out. Do you think it's because it was a holiday today and that's why everybody was out?
I don't even know what the holiday is about.
Oh, me neither.
So yeah, he didn't buy anything, but like it's just like, bro.
Huh?
But yeah,
Like, it's a pretty good
so
song by
we'll see
Green
what's up. Update. It is currently. Actually, hold on. Now it's on. Alright, update. It is currently 8:41 p.m. here in Tokyo, Japan. We are currently in Shinjuku, and we ate. We ate at a fried chicken Korean fried chicken spot, and they drank, so they're kind of happy right now. But I'm always the type of person that after I eat something, I need a dessert. So we were walking around trying to see what would hit, and we found this place called Dongrami. And they have several options. They order the Oreo swirl. So it's like a ice cream with Oreos, bits and pieces in it. And then I ordered this banana mango smoothie. It's pretty good. Now the plan is to go home and probably watch some house and then call it a day because it's pretty late, I guess. But we decided to walk home, and it's gonna take a hot minute. I think it's like an hour walk, like 40 minutes to an hour walk. So update. It is currently 10:40 p.m. here in Tokyo, Japan, and we finally made it back to the Airbnb. Apparently, these guys were about to pee themselves and they had to go to the bathroom, so we took a bus back home instead of walking the whole way through, but that was fine. It was a nice little adventure, and we managed to find some little places here and there that we can go and adventure tours, but there's that. Technically speaking, I guess the night is over. We are going to end up just chilling here at home and watching House, because that is apparently the series we picked up while here in Tokyo, even though I watched it like 6 or 7 times already till its fullest, but they haven't. So we're gonna be watching that and calling it a night. But in terms of what's happening for the upcoming days, I only technically have like about 8 more days left here in Tokyo, Japan. So I am doing a lot of shopping, at least a lot of finalized shopping, especially for people, but first and foremost, obviously me. I still have to go to Uniqlo. Yesterday we did go to Shibuya, we did go to Uniqlo. I did see the stuff that I was gonna buy, but I didn't buy it because it was gonna take a hot minute to just go through the store and like do it myself. So I didn't want to carry people with me, so like Josue and Alex. I didn't want them dangling around behind me while I'm doing that, especially because it's gonna take forever to do so. So I'm gonna do it a different day. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tomorrow or some other day, but I am gonna do it. And so I don't really know what I'm doing in general. What I do know is that I do have to go back to Akihabara and buy some of those figurines for my little brother, another one for my other friend, and some stuff for myself. And then I have to do Akihabara, Shibuya again. I have to get the Onitsuka tigers because Sandy requested those and I want a pair of those. So there's that. And then I'm trying to figure out what else I have to buy. Some umbrellas because of the weather in Detroit, and then possibly some earrings. I do want to get some other earrings. That's why you guys saw me change into these ones. I don't have the pearl black ones. I forgot what they're called. The black pearls, the Tahiti black pearls from Hawaii anymore, because if you remember, we had a party for the graduation party. That day I showered and I like completely lost one of them, and I was so mad, so sad, and I was just like, ugh. So now I have to find the stupid little earring again. It's either I buy them all over again, or I find it somehow when I like do the moving or whatever to Detroit, which I'm praying for. But right now I'm rocking these. I have more, but I wanted to rock these just because they're simple and they're straight to the point. Let the hole not close down on its own. But I am going to be looking for earrings here in Japan. I don't really think they have a specialized gem or like a pearl or something for like Hawaii having the Tahiti black pearl, but I'll try to look for something that speaks my name or something. I'm not really sure. I was debating buying a watch, like a fancy Seiko watch or something in general along those lines, but I'm not really sure if I want to do that. Especially because I wear my Apple Watch a lot, and I know it's kind of like whatever, but I don't really know. So, I know overall I haven't talked at all to the blog, but I've been taking snippets here and there where I have been throughout the whole day today. So, let's do this in kind of sort of 2 different ways. So, hi, today is Tuesday, August 12th. It's currently 7:24 p.m. here in Tokyo, Japan. And if you're back in the States, it is Tuesday, August 12th, 3:24 a.m. But at the time when all this was happening, it was still Monday, August 11th over there, and earlier time. But I don't know. I didn't really record verbally, especially because A, it was raining, and B, you just have to keep moving, man. You have to keep moving. There's like a bunch of people here. We're walking around, bumping into everybody. So to be recording and have my Pocket Osmo on me 24/7 is kind of like a fiasco. So a couple things happened. Today was the intention to go to Shibuya, and first of all, I wanted to get the Onitsuka Tigers. We went to the Shibuya location, and honestly, there wasn't that much variety. It's either there wasn't that much variety or they sold out. Either or is kind of like, The second thing is I wanted to go to Uniqlo and finally get my haul or my clothes that I'm going to be wearing for the possibly rest of my life. Well, sort of. That's a little bit exaggerated. But I actually did end up buying my clothes. I bought my whole haul. I bought shirts, I bought dress pants, I bought dress shirts, and everything in between. Kind of bought a jacket. I bought some of those like airism shirts to be cool, and then I also bought those heat ones. I forgot what they're called. The heat on ones that make everything heated, especially because Detroit is cold and it snows and yada yada. And so that was something. We also tried something like a burger place here in Shibuya called Little Woody. Obviously, you guys are gonna see the snippets of it because I was there filming it, and it was okay. It was alright. I feel like I'm used to more seasoning, but maybe the Japanese people are just not willing to. I'm not sure. So we did that, and that was basically it. I was inside of Uniqlo for a hot minute, and dude, honestly, that whole 10% tax-free thing was wonders. I saved like $100 just straight up because of that. So you can only imagine how much I spent. So I'm happy with the haul. I wanted to get jeans or like taper jeans or chinos, etc., but I guess I'm skinny, but I'm not like Japan standard skinny, especially because their taper jeans are kind of like skinny jeans, and I just felt like I was like, and weighing about that life. I guess I got too much hip and too much booty, I guess, in order to fit those properly. So that was a no-go. We didn't end up getting jeans, but everything else was there. Other than that, we've been debating about going to go to the movies to watch the Demon Slayer movie, even though it's going to be in full Japanese and none of us are fluent in Japanese, but we'll see pretty pictures and fights and we'll be happy. So we want to go see that. There's a Toho Cinema, which is their AMC theaters here in Japan, in Shibuya, but it honestly looks kind of, I don't know if ghetto would be the word, but it just looks kind of bleh compared to maybe somewhere else that we can go see it. And so we're gonna do some research on that and see where else there is one. But tomorrow, my plan, kind of sorta, is probably to go to Ginza. Ginza is like the Beverly Hills of Japan, where they have like all the Louis Vuitton and all the all the high end luxury stuff. But there they have a 12-story high Uniqlo. They have an Itoya, which is a stationery store. They have a Loft, which is like kind of sort of another stationery store, but it has a lot more stuff besides that. And they have um, the home base for Onitsuka Tigers. So that's the base, or that's the store that does like the engraving, and people post TikToks about it. And it's like the one that has like the rave about how it takes like 5 hours to get your engravings or whatever you want to call it, your stitchings. I'm not gonna do all that because I'm not gonna wait there for 5 hours or whatever you want to call it, but I am going there to get the shoes. I honestly don't know what type of shoes I want. I should probably do some research on that. I'm kind of more of the vibes, but I am getting them also for Sandy, and she's very specific on which ones she wants, so thank God she sent me photos on that. But me, I'm kind of like, just I go in, I look at the shoes, and whatever hits, I guess. So that's kind of sort of the plan tomorrow. Ginza is like not super far. It's like a good hour or so away from where I'm at, so yikes. But we'll see. not really sure what else. I think for tonight we're calling it a night. Right now, in a couple, like maybe like an hour or two, we're gonna go out to go eat. So I guess I'll record that, and then other than that, I'll probably come back home and chill and probably wash the house again and call it a night. And then tomorrow, it's a whole new day. But I think I'm like 7 days away from going home. 8, well, 7, because today's day 8, tomorrow's day 7. So 7 days left before I go home and start the real world. So there's that. I forgot. While I'm mentioning this, I've been getting emails obviously from my school, from Wayne State, from Oakland Community College, and from Macomb Community College, which is the other college I applied to, and I had a job interview. I ended up landing the job, but the problem is that I got an email that said like, hey, like, you got hired, especially because you're gonna start next week, which is on the 18th, August 18th. And I didn't know that. I thought their semester started on the 25th, not on the 18th. And that's a big no-no, especially because I'm gonna be in Japan until the 20th. So I just don't really know how to mitigate that. I did send out an email to talk to them about it, but I didn't know that they were going to start on the 18th. I that was probably my bad that I didn't really read the ad, or maybe if it wasn't posted on there, it was kind of their bad for them not telling me about it. I'm not sure. I did send out that email that I was like, hey, like, I won't be able to make it because technically speaking, I'll be in Detroit on the 23rd or 24th. And, like, unless I can teach it through Zoom for the first 2 days of the semester, then, like, I can't take it. Or if somebody can substitute in for those 2 days, I don't know how this is going to work out. But the point is I did send out that email. Hopefully they reply to it, and unfortunately if they're like, oh, too bad, so sad, that doesn't work for us, then I guess that's that. But assuming that they work with me and then they're like, hey, like, yeah, we can just Zoom it, or you can just have a substitute, then, you know, that's cool too. And then on the 25th or whatever, the following week, I'll be able to teach it and they'll be fine and dandy and everything is cool. It is kind of weird though to come into the classroom after you've been absent for like 2 days, I guess, if you want to call it. But yeah, the kind of shady thing is that I haven't heard anything from Oakland Community College, and that's kind of like the weird thing because I'm not sure what class I'm teaching, where am I teaching it, like, I don't know what my classroom number is, I don't know anything. And so I did send out an email to my representative from that school, and I was like, hey, like, I haven't heard anything from these particular people, like, what's up, and etc. Right now in Detroit, Michigan, it's currently 6:32 a.m. So maybe in like 3 hours, they'll start messaging me and emailing me, or 4. But I'm not really sure. And so it's just a waiting game. But it's understandable, especially since everything is getting so close by now. So we'll see, I guess. Other than that, well, it's a waiting game at this point. I still have to work on a letter recommendation, which I'm almost done with. I gotta work on my syllabi for everybody because I don't know if I have to update stuff. I know I'm gonna have to update the ones for Wayne State University because their whole curriculum and their whole people of power and their whole everything is brand new, so that's gonna change. And the other ones are, well, Oakland Community College is just a little light updates, and figuring that out, it would be simple. But the Macomb Community College, I have no idea what anything, whatever. I'm assuming they'll send me a syllabus, which is crazy because if we start on the 18th, assuming that it was the 18th that we started and I was there already, it's currently the 12th, and they haven't sent me a syllabus, they haven't sent me a contract, they haven't sent me anything. These people are like, I don't know, but assuming that they're like, yeah, we're okay with you teaching the first 2 days through Zoom and blah blah, then that's crazy because now I have to work on a syllabus in like a matter of 5 seconds or whatever, but you know what I mean. So that's a huge yikes, but I guess I'll survive it, or I'm not really sure what the hell, but I'll figure it out. So talk to you guys later. I'll update you about the whole scenario about it tomorrow, and then we'll see. It is what it is, I guess. Jeez.